Alright, what it is, people, it's your boy Yu-Gi-Oh! We are back with another deck profile, and this time we have a first place Ycs Niagra Falls Azamina Snake Eye Fire King deck profile. Make sure y'all like, comment, subscribe, share the videos. We are past 1,000 subscribers. I want to thank you all for the support, but we will keep going, we will keep pushing. So let's get into the deck profile. So for this deck profile, we have a 42 card main deck count for Fire King Azamina Snake Eye. So let's get into it. The first card, we have Fire King Avatar Avada. When a monster effect is activated while this monster is on the field, quick effect, you can negate the activation. If you do, destroy one other fire monster in your hand or field. If this card is destroyed and sent to the graveyard, you can target one fire beast, beast ward, or winged beast monster in your graveyard except Fire King Avatar. Special summon it, but has its effects negated. Also, it's destroyed during the end phase. You're going to use each effect once per turn. So play one of those. Then we play one Fire King High Avatar Garunix. During the next standby phase, after this card is destroyed by a card effect and sent to the graveyard, special summon this card from the graveyard. When you do, destroy all monsters on the field. When this card is destroyed by battle and sent to the graveyard, you can special summon one Fire King monster from your deck, except Fire King High Avatar Garunix. Then we have one Sacred Fire King Garunix. If your monsters that was originally fired is destroyed by a battle or card effects, you can special summon this card from your graveyard if it was there when the monster was destroyed, or hand even if not. If this card is normal or special summon, you can destroy one fire beast, beast ward, or winged beast monster in your hand, deck, or face up field, except Sacred Fire King Garunix. And if you do, this card gains attack equal to half the destroyed monster's attack it had there until the end of this turn. So we'll play one of those, and then we play two Fire High Avatar Kirin during the main phase. If this card is in your hand, quick effect, you can destroy one other fire monster in your hand or face up field, and if you do, special summon this card. If this card is destroyed and sent to the graveyard, you can special summon one Fire King monster from your hand or graveyard, except Fire King High Avatar Kirin. Then you can destroy one card on the field. You're going to use each effect of Fire King High Avatar Kirin once per turn. Then we play two Fire King Volcanics. If this card is normal special summon, you can destroy one of the fire monsters in your hand to face up field. And if you do, add one fire beast, beast ward, or winged beast monster from your deck to your hand, except Fire King Volcanics. Then you can make this card's level become that added monsters. If this card is destroyed and sent to the graveyard, you can special summon one Fire King High Avatar Garunix from your deck in defense position. You can only use each effect of Fire King Volcanics once per turn. So play two of those. Then one legendary Fire King Ponix. If your monster that was originally fired is destroyed by a battle card effect, you can special summon this card from your hand. If this card is normal special summon, add one Fire King spell/trap from your deck to your hand. During the next standby phase, after this card was destroyed and sent to the graveyard, add this card from the graveyard to your hand. You can only use each effect once per turn. Then we played three Diabell Starter Black Witch, one of the best cards in Yu-Gi-Oh! As of right now. You can special summon this card from your hand by sending one card from your hand or field to the graveyard. You can only summon Diabell Starter Witch once per turn this way. You can only use each of the following effects of Diabell Starter Witch once per turn. If this card is normal special summon, you can set one Sinful Spoil spell/trap directly from your deck. During your opponent's turn, this card is sent from its owner's hand or field to the graveyard. You can send one other card from your hand or field to the graveyard, and if you do, special summon this card. So two of those. We also play one Snake Eye Ash. If this card is normal special summon, you can add one level 1 fire monster from your deck to your hand. You can send two face-up cards you control to the graveyard, including this card. Special summon one Snake Eye monster from your hand or deck, except Snake Eye Ash. You can only use each effect of Snake Eye Ash once per turn. Play one Snake Eyes Poplar. If this card is added to your hand, except by drawing it, you can special summon this card. If this card is normal special summon, you can add one Snake Eye spell/trap from your deck to your hand. If this card is sent to the graveyard, you can target one fire monster in your graveyard. Place it in the face-up owner's spell and trap zone as a continuous spell. You can only use each of the following effects of Snake Eye Poplar once per turn. Then we play one Snake Eye Oak. If this card is normal special summon, you can target one fire monster that is vanished on your graveyard, either add it to your hand and special summon it. You can send two face-up cards you control to the graveyard, including this card, special summon one Snake Eye monster from your hand or deck, except Snake Eye Oak. Alright. Then we play one Snake Eye Flamberge. You can target one face-up monster on the field or in either graveyard, place it in the face-up in its owner's spell trap zone as a continuous spell. During your opponent's turn, quick effect, You can target one monster, treat it as a continuous spell on the field, special summon it to your field. If this card is sent from the hand or field to the graveyard, you can special summon 2 level 1 fire monsters from your graveyard. You can only use each effect once per turn. So we also played 3 Mo Charming Fualos. This card right here is taking over the meta by storm. This is basically probably the new best card in Yu-Gi-Oh right now, Max C 2.0. If you control no cards, quick effect, you can discard this card. Apply these effects this turn. Each time your opponent special summons a monster from the deck and or extra deck, immediately draw 1 card. Once during the end phase, if the number of cards in your hand is more than the number of cards your opponents control plus 6, you must randomly shuffle cards from your hand to the deck so the number in your hand equals the number your opponent controls plus 6. You can only activate one other Mo Charming monster effect the turn you activate this card. So we play 3 of these. Then we play 3 Ash Blossom and Joy Spring, 3 Droll and Lockbird, 3 Bonfire, add 1 level 4 lower power monster from your deck to your hand, 3 Wanted Simple Spores, add 1 deal best all monster from your deck or graveyard to your hand. During the main phase, you can banish this card from your graveyard, then target one of your Simple Spore spell / trap that is banished in your graveyard except Wanted, place it at the bottom of the deck and draw 1 card. Then we play 1 Original Simple Spores, send 1 other face-up card you control to the graveyard, special summon 1 level 1 fire monster from your hand or deck. You can banish this card from your graveyard, then target 1 Snake Out or Deal Bell slot monster in your graveyard, add 1 level 1 fire monster from your deck to your hand, then place the targeted monster on the bottom of the deck. Alright, then we play 1 Fire King Island. If this face-up card in the field zone is sent to the graveyard or banished, destroy all monsters you control. You can only use 1 of the following Fire King Island effects of Fire King Island once per turn. During your main phase, you can destroy 1 monster in your hand or you control, and if you do, add 1 Fire King monster from your deck to your hand. If you control no monsters, you can special summon 1 Fire Wing Beast type monster from your hand. When this card is activated, 1 Fire King Sanctuary. When this card is activated, you can place 1 Fire King Island from your deck face up in the field zone. Once per turn, if a card in your field zone will be destroyed by card effect, you can destroy 1 fire monster in your hand or field instead. Once per turn, if your opponent special summons a monster, you can immediately after this effect resolves XYZ summon 1 fire XYZ monster using only Fire King monsters you control. You can only activate 1 Fire King Sanctuary once per turn. Then we also play 1 Hollow Azamina. Reveal 1 Azamina monster in your extra deck, and for every 4 levels it has round down, send 1 Simple Spores card from your hand or face up field to the graveyard. If face down, reveal it, then special summon that revealed monster. This is treated as a fusion summon. If this card is in your graveyard, you can target 1 Azamina monster you control on your graveyard, shuffle it into the deck, and if you do add this card to your hand, you can only use each effect once per turn. So now we are getting to the Azamina part of the deck. Then we play 2 Deception and the Simple Spores. You contribute 1 monster from your hand to field, add 1 Azamina card from your deck to your hand. If a monster is sent to your opponent's graveyard and you control an Azamina monster except during damage step, you can make your opponent lose 1500 life points, and if you do, gain 1500. During the end phase, if this card is in the graveyard because it was sent there from the spell trap zone while this card is face up, you can set it. You can only use each effect once per turn. Then we play 3 Infinite Impermanence, and also one of the best cards now in the game as of now, 3 Dominance Impulse. If your opponent controls a card, you can activate this card from your hand. When a card or effect is activated, that includes the effect that special summons a monster, negate the effect. Then if you have a trap in the graveyard, destroy that card. If you activated this card from your hand, you cannot activate the effects of light, earth, and wind monsters for the rest of this duel. You can only activate 1 Dominance Impulse per turn. So that is it for the 42 card main deck. Let's get into the extra deck. Extra deck, we play 1 World Sea Dragons the Atlantis, 1 Salamangreat Raging Phoenix, 1 Amphibious Swarm Ship Amberwell, 1 Promethean Princess, 1 Dark the Dark Charmer, 1 Heater the Fire Charmer, 1 Salamangreat Sunlight Wolf, 1 IP Masquerena, 1 SP Ludonite, 1 Nightmare Phoenix, 1 Doolittle Chimera, 1 Garunix Eternal Hying of the Fire Kings, 1 Zombie Vampire, 1 Azamina Silvera. Let's read this. Any battle damage here, Azamina monsters except Azamina Silvera inflicts to your opponent is doubled. You can only use each of the following effects of Azamina Lea Silvera once per turn. When your opponent activates a card or effect, you contribute this card and negate that effect. If this card is destroyed by battle card effect, you can add 1 Simple Spore spell, 1 Simple Spores trap from your deck to your hand. Why I didn't know that effect. Azamina Mu Lago. Monsters your opponent control lose 500 attack/defense for each Azamina monster you control. You can only use each of the following effects of Azamina Relago once per turn. If this card is fusion summoned, you can add one Azamina or Simple Spoils card from your deck to your hand. Wow, that's crazy. If this card is destroyed with battle or card effect, you can add one Simple Spoils spell from your deck to your hand. Alright, let's get into the side deck. Side deck, we play one Fuko, one the Beard of Primal Being, 3 more Charming Perilia. This is basically for draw power. 3 Retaliating Sea. Let's read it. During each player turn, when your opponent activates a spell card that includes an effect that special summons a monster, you can special summon this card from your hand. If summoned this way, while this card is face up on the field, any card sent to the graveyard is banished instead. If this card is sent from the field to the graveyard, you can add one Earth Insect type monster with 1500 or less attack from your deck to your hand. So we play 3 of those. Then we play one Dramatic Snake Eyes Chase. Place one Deal Bell Slot monster from your hand, deck, or graveyard face up in its owner's spell or trap zone as a continuous spell. During the end phase, you can banish this card from your graveyard, then target one monster treated as a continuous spell, special summon it. You're going to use each effect once per turn. 1 Fire King Skyburn, 2 Forbidden Droplet, 1 Call by the Grave, 1 Skill Drain, and then we play 1 Simple Spoils Betrayal of Severa. So that is it for the Azamina Snake Eye Fire King deck profile, piloted by Landon Oliver. Make sure y'all like, comment, subscribe. This is your boy I Grind Yu-Gi-Oh! We out.